Wow. Goodness gracious. Well, I just want to say welcome again to another edition of Speak Harmony, our Speak Harmony show. We're live here on YouTube every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. And this episode is brought to you by our sponsor, APAT Media. And APAT Media is A, as in photo, and P for production. And we've got A, as in always, P for perfection. All right. You can reach APAT Media at 470-657-1998. That's 470-657-1998. And the email address is info@apatmedia.com. That's A again as in action, P for production, A as in always, and P for perfection. Yes, perfection. Thank you and welcome. My name is Sharon Thompson, the host of Speak Harmony, and we're here with
Dr. Sharon, the Heart Lady. How you doing,
I am
Sharon?
doing fantastic.
How was
How
your
about you?
weekend?
Oh gosh, you don't want to know. Busy. It's just been busy. Good busy.
All
Great
right.
busy. Networking, meeting great, fantastic people here in the Hotlanta.
Absolutely.
What day is today, Sister Sharon? Talk to me.
Today is International Day of Language, Sign Language.
Wow.
And the theme for this year, 2025, is Languages Open Hearts and Minds. You know, I love that, right?
Yes.
Highlights the power of languages and how it connects us and inspire new ideas and broaden horizons. And it's the perfect opportunity to celebrate the range of diversity of language spoken. So,
Oh my goodness.
all right.
I like that.
So, or, hi. So what's up? You remember? What's up? What's up? We're learning.
Something
so
we're
for
learning.
those who know sign
What's up?
language, you can come on and correct us.
sign
But we're learning, right? And so we have two special guests.
We do.
You know, election time is coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
And we know the importance of elections, particularly in our communities, because we know that those candidates and those that are running and those that are running for election, we want to know their platform. I think it's important because some people just don't know who is in their community. Some people don't even know their district.
Yes. And you
So-
know what? There are people who wait until the presidential election year before they even think about voting.
And we want to put the word out that we start now.
Yes, it's critical that we do what we do, and we know that our local elections have consequences, period. And so we want to make sure for the people that we have that are representing us locally, we want to have that intimate talk with them. We want to get connected to them. We want to know what they represent. And right here, without further ado, we've got one of our fantastic ladies in our community, Miss Catherine Cat Hardrick. And she really, her journey started with humble beginnings, she says, as a community leader. She reflects like in deep belief, her thing is service. She is a servant by nature. When it comes to that service, it's compounded by resilience and her faith. And she's an Army vet. She's an entrepreneur. She's a GCPS mentor. She has turned personal trials into a mission for helping others. And we know that because we've seen you in the community, my sister. You're the founder of Journey Within LLC. And so you empower women, it says, to turn their pain into purpose. Goodness. Guiding them with, it says, toward healing and strength.
Yeah.
And that's Sister Sharon over here. You're a passionate advocate, it says, for mental health awareness. You're hitting all the hot buttons.
That's right.
You've dedicated part of your service to ensuring that homeless veterans receive the support and the respect. Let me say that again. You make sure that homeless veterans receive the support and the respect, because we've got to, if not anything else, we have to respect people. And especially those that have served our country. We've got to put respect on it, and they deserve it. You also have started an annual MLK food drive, which now provides meals, resources and words of encouragement to families in need. Oh my goodness. Along with your sister in Christ, you have a podcast also that you and Karen Scott Green do. The cat, as the co-host, you do, it's community focused. You do solution driven. Wow.
Service.
Service.
Do you have any time to sleep? Kat, Kat mustn't really mean 9 lives for you. We are so thankful for having you.
Thank you so much for having me. Listen, I know you ladies, so I'm trying to do, how did you do?
That's what's up.
What's up? I'm trying to do it. So yes, what's up?
There you go. So that's the fun way.
Yes.
Yeah, and we
Thank
like to
you.
bring knowledge and fun.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so-
You've empowered me. I did not know that. So
Yes.
thank you for that.
So that's why you got to tune in, because
That's
every
right.
Tuesday I'll let you know.
All right.
go.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Just like how
Knowledge is
you,
power.
that's right.
That's right.
And how we apply it is even more power, and
Amen.
who we vote for is even more power.
power.
Hello.
That's right.
Facts.
That's right.
Facts.
All right
Thank you,
then.
ladies,
So-
for having me today.
Listen, you're in Snellville in
Yes.
Gwinnett County.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And as that representative to be, because we're speaking things into existence.
Right. Oh.
Okay?
Yes.
You are our next representative. And so, what is your top priority for Snellville? When, not if when you're elected, but when you're elected.
Amen.
And
Thank
why?
you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So again, ladies, thank you so very much for having me on your show today. It's very important that citizens get an opportunity to see a little bit about whom they're voting for. A lot of times citizens do not know until they walk into that booth, and then they're standing there and they're like, okay, it's almost like any, meeny, miny, mo,
Yeah.
right? So this is very important. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for championing that and giving us candidates an opportunity to tell a little bit about ourselves.
Yes.
So I am running because some of the citizens of Snellville literally have come to me and said, Kat, I didn't vote for you before, but I'm going to vote for you now. Will you run? So a little story behind that is I ran in 2021, actually against the incumbent that I'm running against now, and we lost by 200 votes. That was my very first time running, zero experience, running out the gate with some other individuals that ran in other cities. It's 17 cities now in Gwinnett County, and so the county has, this time is about 14 cities running, give or take, running for city council this year. And the second time I ran in 2023, it was a 3-person race, and the law says that if it's a 3-way race, you have to get 50% plus 1. We were 16 votes away from that.
Wow.
Yes. So we went into a runoff, and we lost by 60 some odd votes, about 47% of the votes that we lost by. And it was just a straight gut punch. I was devastated. Our team was devastated. We were really, really hurt because we worked really hard. We talked to over 9,000 people. It's 15,000 registered voters in Snellville. So I hung my hat up, right? I said, okay, citizens have made their choice twice. We just didn't cross the finish line. We touched in every way possible, doors, phones, texts, robocalls, mails, mailers, and so forth, and we couldn't get the turnout. So I made a public statement that I was not going to run again, but I would help someone who was interested in trying to make positive change for everyone.
Right.
Not some, not the few, not people with a certain amount of money, class, everyone, okay? Well, things started shifting in Snellville, and it started touching people at their front door, okay? And as a result of that, citizens said no more. Some of that hit the front door is the development. Now, we all know that we live in this area, the Atlanta metropolitan area, and there's a lot of the growth and
A
development.
lot of development.
And so that is encroaching on legacy residents. And I'm running because the citizens of Snellville have said, listen, we want smart, controlled growth. We don't want developers to come in who live somewhere else, buy up our land, build around us, take the money, leave.
Yes.
Right.
Okay? And then now the quality of life of those residents are going down.
Yes.
Okay? In particular, there was a case where citizens in a particular subdivision, they rallied. They got over 500 signatures. They communicated to the current leadership via email and public communication. And with their petition, they did all their research. and they asked the city to vote in favor of the citizens. Snellville has a planning commission board. It's made up of volunteers. That board also recommended denial. So you have the voice of a volunteer commission, right? They said no. Your constituents, to whom you are obligated to, said vote no. And it was 5 in favor and 1 abstention. And according to the code, an abstention is still a yes. So your no has to be a no in government. You can't correct.
I learned something new. An abstention is really a yes.
Really?
Correct. You read our charter. If you say I abstain, not recuse, but if you say your vote is an abstention, and you're still on the dais, then that's still a yes. So it basically was 6 in favor and none opposed.
Wow.
So that applicant, I'll say, their application was approved. And when you hear the voices of these citizens, you have homes that have swimming pools, tennis courts, and on their property. Okay?
Yeah.
And the only thing these citizens are saying is, yes, you can sell your land. Okay? Ms. Sharon, you can sell your land, but you need to sell it in accordance to our comprehensive 2045 plan, which outlines our zonings that already say you can sell within these certain parameters. But don't sell it to the point to where you're trying to make just a profit at the expense of your right.
Of course.
Right.
So what happens is they have an RS30, it's 30,000 square feet. The zoning was changed from an RS30 to an RS15. So that now means, let's just take an example of your laptop. That's all of your property. That's one house. So now they're going to take the house that's right next to it, and they're going to chop that one property and put 12 or 13 houses.
Yeah.
That's the example. I'm just giving you an example. So now instead of me and you just having a fence for just me and you in the backyard, now you have 12 all along your house. Correct. And now your whole quality of life has changed. And these are legacy residents that have been there 20 and 30 years. This is their life home. They want to transition in place.
That's
right. People don't expect to move up and just uproot. You know, at this point, you basically own your home.
You do.
Right.
And with the prices of housing, where are you going to go?
Yeah.
And people say affordable housing because that's the term they throw around, affordable housing.
Yeah.
But have you ever understood what affordable housing means? Because your definition of affordable housing may not be my definition of affordable housing. Okay, because it's perspective, right?
That's right.
You know, you may be able to afford $500,000.
That's right.
I may not.
You're right.
That's right. And so you have an inventory of $500,000 houses that are affordable. Well, if we're trying to do for the masses and you look at the average income, the average
match up.
Unaffordable.
there you
Doesn't
go.
match up.
And so then we have the issue of homelessness. Or you have people living out of their car, which is passionate to me and why I do what I do, because you have people who have full-time jobs, but they can't afford rent.
That's right.
Or you have someone who may have an eviction, regardless of how they got it. That eviction is going to prevent them from getting housing.
That's right. Because it's on their
Homelessness.
record.
Homelessness.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Homelessness.
So are we really trying to help, or are we just saying we're helping?
Yeah.
So I want to make a difference in actually helping implement policies and work with anyone that will align with what the citizens want. So that's one pillar. The second pillar is transparent, accountable communication. Okay, you have a leadership that instead of listens, they lecture. When you share your opinion and it's different, then now you become an enemy. Okay, so you're not given the freedom to be objective. Okay, and yet you say you want to hear from the people, and when you have a petition of over 500 people and they hear you, hello, you hear me, and you can see them, they had T-shirts, everything. Okay,
That's how we
they
do it.
did that, right? They did that, signs, T-shirts, they had a whole movement, right? And then you still say, well, this developer over here, because we don't want to get sued. But I made a point of, and don't let me lose track, because Lord knows I'll be all over the place, so I'm going to tell you about my transparent communication, because this ties with that. During the public comment, I was able to provide just a point of record, because it's not illegal. That same said applicant donated.
Big donor.
He donated about $3,500, over $3,000. So don't quote me. Go look it up, family. One city council person, and then I'm pointing because I could see them sitting on the dais. So one person donated over $3,000, and another person over $2,000, and then my opposition donated at a previous election, and it was, while it was a small amount, the revealing of those dollars was not as transparent as it should have been. You had to, instead of you looking in one place where it should be, it wasn't there. So we need to make sure. Now, again, I did say that it's not illegal. Our charter is not illegal. You just want to make sure that that person does not have direct or indirect benefit from a transaction. So if I'm voting on your application and I may benefit from you winning the application financially. Right, so I would have to recuse myself because, right, exactly, I need to recuse myself. But since this is not a direct or indirect benefit to the council member, it's a matter of ethics. It's a matter of optics. So if you receive donations from a person who's an applicant, and this person, I think it was a total of over $7,000 in one race amongst different candidates, to me, you may give the impression that it may be influenced. So to eliminate that for me, if I get a donor from a developer, because I know we run for office, it's hard to raise money.
Right.
It's very difficult to raise money. So you need money, and when you receive it, you use it wisely to get out to the voters. But now if you come before me, I need you to be very clear. If you donate to me, that's not going to influence my decision. And if you're looking for special favors, then you may not want to donate to me. I can refund you your money. You can do that because all money is not good money.
That's correct.
Right.
That part.
So with that being said, if you do donate to me, because we candidates are not watching we have finance campaign people on our team, and they watch our money to make sure we do the reporting and all that stuff, and we may not even go back over our records until our campaign is over. So that's full, and that person may did that as well. But when you realize this person donated to you, to me, what I would do is, hey, community, this person gave me money. And so you will not have any suspicion. I'm going to recuse myself. So I want you to know, because my vote will not be influenced by that. And that's all the citizens were asking. And they didn't even recuse themselves.
Of course not.
They didn't recuse themselves.
Yeah.
So transparent communication is the second one, right? Making sure that you actually seek out the voters' information, the citizens' information. Ask them their opinion. One of the things that I'm doing, I'm asking people to go to electcat.com. We have an email. Give me your top 3 issues, your solutions, your concerns, your ideas. Narrow it down to 3. Send it to me so we can do a whole snapshot and see what overall census, what's going on in the city, what are the pain points, and what are some solutions. Because we, the elected officials, and me soon to be, may not have all the answers.
Yes.
But how can I advocate for you and I don't know what you need?
That's
right. So I need to hear from you.
With.
Exactly. And then the third thing is economic empowerment. So I sit on a board of a chamber, and I'm really passionate about making sure that our businesses have the resources and the support that they need to stay in business and thrive, not just make it, not just break even, not just cover your costs, but to actually flourish. And we have way too many businesses that go out of business. And I'll give you an example, to my understanding. And again, I want everybody to fact check me because, you know, I'm continuously, I'm always in class. When people say, how you doing? I'm still learning and fabulous. That's what I'm doing. I'm constantly learning. So I encourage people to do their own research. We need to be critical thinkers. Do your own research. But Snellville in either 2021, 22, somewhere in there, they received $7 million of ARPA funds. And at the time, ARPA was the emergency relief dollars from the government for COVID so that they can give relief to businesses that may be negatively impacted. And you know, during COVID, a lot of people went out of business. I mean, we were hurting, right? People couldn't go outside. People couldn't shop.
And not all businesses can go online.
And not all business could go online. Absolutely, absolutely. They didn't have the technology. They didn't have the product, services, or programs that were going outside online. So therefore, those dollars are government dollars that was given to Snellville. Ask me how much money did they spend. I'll wait. I'll help you out. They spent $1 million and some odd dollars.
Are you kidding me?
Right. So that leaves a balance of about $6 million or so. So now the question is, how much
that money?
There you go. So I encourage all the citizens, go to Snellville's website, Google it, look it up, and find out what they're doing with that money. What is
Where's
their
that
plan?
money?
That's right. Did it go to any of our businesses that could have has still sustained, you know, and to my understanding, you didn't have to live in the city. And you have some people that are elected officials that may know more than me. That might be a question to ask. But if those dollars, portions of that dollar was earmarked, the instructions, when you receive that money, it came with instructions. This money is to help relieve
That.
hardships caused by COVID.
Lack of
That's
business.
correct.
My question is, who did you help?
Right.
Right? So a former councilwoman, I do remember, asked, I'll make sure I say ASSK, you know, so people say act, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm so silly. I hope y'all bear with me. I'm silly. Look.
We love it. We love it. You're human.
And yes, ma'am. And she requested at one point between them receiving the money in 2023 before she lost her race, and I'll just say her name, Councilwoman Solange Disdain. Former Councilwoman Solange Disdain, and I believe she was the first African-American woman elected to Snellville City Council, correct. So that's an honor in and of itself. But she requested, I believe, $500,000. Again, fact check me, everybody. I know you have an educated audience. They listen, they do their research. Fact check me, and that did not go anywhere. The person who I'm running against right now was a part of those voices that did not allow that to go anywhere, right? And I know she's one of 6. I would be one of 6, you know, but we need to be able to work together. And if our mission is the people, are the people, we the people, then we need to show them in the best way that I've been always taught. You follow the money, you follow someone's heart.
That's right.
You follow their work. And if we're not pouring in government money, which is which are our tax dollars anyway,
That's right.
right?
Yes, it belongs to us.
So it belongs to
people.
right. So why are we not? And $500,000 out of $7 million? I mean, that's really not a lot.
Nothing.
I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
grand scheme of things.
Right.
That's
So
right.
at least she was thinking about the people, right? Trying to help somebody.
Yes.
You know, but that didn't go anywhere, and I don't even think people know about it, right? And so those are the 3 things, you know, basically smart control, smart control growth that is balanced. Balancing what we currently have with what the future predicts, because we will need more. I'm not saying we don't need it, because we're going to have somebody help contribute to that revenue, but it needs to be smart. It needs to be in line with what we already value. We need to have accountable, transparent communication, and we need to make sure we have economic power opportunities for businesses to stay in business and thrive.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm running.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Damn. Oh my gosh.
No, we really needed to know that information.
Yes.
And it sounds like from what you were saying that your values also guide your decision making. We
Yes.
know ethics is a big thing. We know services to the community, transparency
Yes.
is so important. Anything else you'd like to add that makes you a community leader?
Absolutely. Listening. You know, in order to lead, you need to listen.
That's right.
And sometimes, because we're in a position of authority, sometimes ego gets in the way.
A lot of the time.
Okay, right. Okay.
Let's call it
I
what
love
it
it,
is.
Dr. Reid. Look.
Yes.
A lot of the time, right? And I do believe a lot of times people have the best intentions.
Yeah.
They go in it with the best intentions. And at some point, something happens. I don't know what, I don't know when, I don't know how.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm guided by my faith. I believe in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Nehemiah 6:3 guides me. Why should I, and I paraphrase, but why should I stop doing God's work to come down to the foolishness? So when oppositions for the past few years when I've ran, when people talk about me, when people throw mud, I rise up. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high,
Yes.
right? But the good book tells me to stay focused on God. You know, how many times in the scripture, who was it that took their eyes off of God and they started, Jesus, and he started sinking it?
That's
Okay,
it. Yeah.
right? So stay focused. And is it easy? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The enemy is busy all day long.
All
You
day
know,
long.
but we have to surround ourselves. We have to be fortified.
Yeah.
You got to get in that word. You got to get yourself together, get prayed up, get that word in you. Because I may not know the scriptures off the top of my head, but that word is in my heart.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that's what guides me
Yes.
and leads me. And so I just try to do that every single day, you know, and live by it. And when I see my fellow brothers and sisters in other scripture, what you do to the least of these. So if I'm saying, how can I show you, God, that I thank you, that I honor you, that I worship you, and I'm thankful for where you have brought me, right? Because I wasn't always what you see today, okay? You know, I'm a survivor, and God allowed me to come through so much, and I didn't even realize it until one of my combat buddies said, girl, you need to get some help. you a little too much. And I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with me. But you can't change what you don't acknowledge.
Yes.
And then when I started getting help for myself as a veteran, as a survivor of military sexual trauma, being raped as a teen, I didn't know. So here it is, my formative years were stripped from me because I'm in pain and I didn't know it.
That's right. And you probably were projecting that pain and didn't even realize who else you may have been hurting. And they probably were in pain too.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the people around you, the closest, are the ones you hurt the first and the most,
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful for where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
Well, you know what? Hey, I mean, we're just about wrapping up with you, and time is always so short.
Yes, it is, girl, because we can keep going, right?
Oh, girl, let me tell you, because you are just throwing information out that
Yes.
we all need.
Yes.
And
I'm just
appreciate it,
Yes,
yeah.
and
Yes.
we really appreciate that. So, I mean, transparency,
Yes.
the people.
Yes.
You're about the least of these.
Yes.
And I love everything you've said, but the race is still not for the swift, but for those who endure.
Yes.
And so you're back at it again. And I just want to say I appreciate you so much for
Your tenacity.
yes, for doing that, because
Thank
I mean,
you.
I know when you ran, we voted for you, but it didn't happen.
Yes.
And God's timing is everything.
Yes.
And this is your season.
Yes.
And I'm claiming that on your
Amen.
behalf, because this is your season, because we need people like you. We need transparency. We need people who are open and care about the least of these.
Yes.
Not for the billionaires and the millionaires. We're talking about people in
Yes.
general.
Yes.
And yes, we care about the millionaires. And the
Absolutely.
we care about everyone,
Yes.
not just a select few.
Correct.
So I appreciate what you're doing, sister. I mean, there are people who want to volunteer with you, people who want to just campaign with you. They want to support you. How can they do that?
Thank you for asking that. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
They can visit electcat.com. You can go to electcat.com, and that's cat with a C, electcat.com. And there you can go to my website and you can get involved tab and you can sign up. We need help in all forms and fashion because we are a grassroots campaign, and we would love to have you be a part of our team, from writing postcards to knocking on doors to even making phone calls. But whatever you have a skill and talent and time for, we are ready for that. So please sign up to volunteer. Please sign up to donate. And if you're in the city limits of Snellville, I need your vote. So yeah, you can go to electcat.com to learn more about me. And again, go to my email when you get to that website. I want to hear, if you live in the city limits of Snellville, I want to hear your top 3 concerns, your solutions, and what you see the vision and future for Snellville. I want to hear from you, because when you send me to work, I need to have an assignment.
And congratulations, because I see you're out there, you're doing the work, but you're being recognized as well. And when you do that work, I mean, it's a good thing to be recognized by your peers. And
It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to see that.
NAACP,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on now. So I saw you up there, and I was like, shout out.
Yes, thank you for that. I was so honored for that. And then we were also we were individually, me and my co-host was individually recognized, and we were recognized for our podcast.
Yes. And what's the name of your podcast again?
Conversations with Karen and Kat. Yes,
Y'all
ma'am.
check it out.
Yeah.
Conversations with Karen and Kat. I've
Yeah.
already been there.
Yes.
And again, how you service. And I'm very passionate, of course, about mental health.
Yes.
So you do mental health, and also helping people to understand about human trafficking.
Yes.
So thank you for all that service that you have going on
Yes.
there. So what would you tell the residents, whether you win or not, right? And we're
Yes.
not calling that, but even
yeah.
so, the service still continues.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your vision of Snellville,
Yes.
and what will you be doing? But
Yeah.
how do you even see Snellville in the next 5 or so years?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you for that question. I appreciate you. So my vision for Snellville is definitely one very simple, where we are truly a community. Their tagline is a Snellville where everyone is proud to be somebody, where Snellville is where everyone is somebody, right? We need to live up to that. Yes. We need to live up to that. I lost my parents before I was 5. I grew up in a village, right? Everybody surrounded us, I see Snellville a space where you can still talk to your neighbor, where you can check on your neighbor. If your neighbor, has maybe lost a loved one, that we rally around them, or someone is in the hospital, we rally around them. We have a developing, we have thriving economy. right? We have a thriving economy where we respect our legacy residents. Most of our residents at a particular time in the future, the next 5 years, they're going to be over the age of 70. So we need a community where we're going to look out for our legacy residents and keep them engaged, keep them active, keep them involved. Just because you reach a certain age doesn't mean we just throw you away. No, I see a community where we pull them back in. Retirement doesn't mean forgotten. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay?
that, yes.
So I need a community, and then a community where we empower and uplift our young people.
Yes.
You know, I'm a mentor with the school system, and it's very important. They need us. And then finding a way where we can marry the two, where we bring in our legacy residents and we marry them with our young folks. I mean, hey, that's a win-win combination,
It
right?
is.
And then those of us that are in the middle, right, we need support because we have our aging parents and we're aging in place, making sure we have relationships with organizations like National Alliance of Mental Illness, right? Organizations that help with human trafficking, that help with support our veterans, that help our seniors, and food insecurity programs. We got a ton of nonprofits. You know, Let 'Em Eat is a nonprofit I'm with that provide food insecurities that I work with our annual MLK Day. So where we actually are a community where we look out for one another. That's what I see, a thriving community economically and relationally. Because we're only as strong as our weakest link. And how can we be the greatest nation in the world when we have the largest poverty?
There you go.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
So I see a Snellville where we balance that and we thrive in that space.
That's right.
Bringing back the village, right?
Yes.
Because that's what we need.
Yes.
Especially in today's society.
Absolutely.
We need
Absolutely.
the village. And we are the sandwich generation, like
Yes.
you said. The parents over here, and then we've got children, and we're right there in the middle.
Yes.
And we've got to take care of each other.
We do. We
You
do.
know, we're obligated to that.
Absolutely.
Well, we're out of time, but goodness, certainly not out of words. But we just want to say, go with our blessing because the seat is yours. It's already ordained, and we know it's yours.
So November 4th, folks, November 4th.
Yes.
So tell them again how to get in contact with you.
Absolutely. So early voting starts October the 14th and it runs through October 31st. You have 2 Saturdays, October the 18th and October the 25th, and all voting for City Hall takes place at Snellville City Hall. All voting for City Council takes place at Snellville City Hall. To learn more about me, please visit electcat.com. That's electcat with a C.com. And I would love to hear from you, and I would love to earn your vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Sign
Oh,
language.
thank you.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break,
commercial
huh?
break.
And
There we
then
go.
we'll be right back. Goodness gracious.
Great
We
job.
thank you.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you so
Beautiful
much.
job. Thank you. Right, so we learned a lot.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the vision for Snellville is
huge. It's
It's huge. It's disappointing how other those that have been elected to their seats, council people, and so forth, have not been as transparent. We're looking for the change where we can definitely see the change.
Honesty. Honesty.
Yeah, and we're
that's
so
what we
thankful
need.
for Kat. She had been so refreshing just to talk with. I mean, real people, real talk,
Yes.
and not someone who's someone.
Fluff.
She,
No
right,
fluff.
she has done the journey,
Direct.
and she's earned that as founder of Journey Within LLC.
Yes.
She has
Yes.
earned that title because she is walking the talk. We are so thankful. That's
what
right.
was it? Walking the talk and talking the walk.
So,
we
yeah.
just changed our whole thing.
Yeah.
But girlfriend, let me tell you, it's amazing because we need to really work.
Yeah.
Again, we always say that our people, they wait for the general elections.
Yeah.
they wait for presidential election.
Yeah.
But the local elections are critical. It's so critical, and so it's imperative that we really educate our young ones, educate those around us. I mean,
Yeah.
and for those who are not voting, we have to realize voting has consequences. Not voting does have consequences also. So we've got to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to
That's
do.
right.
I mean, because it's imperative
That's
that
right.
that we vote. It's imperative.
Yeah. And also, as part of our legacy, I always remember
Girlfriend, when
those
they
that
could
died
not-
and
oh.
could not, the lines
Girl.
and how they were persecuted, and you know, that history when you didn't. So when I think about that, we have that privilege to do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so here we are. We're waiting on our next
Yes. I'm
guest.
excited.
And so
I'm
we're so excited to welcome our next guest.
Oh my goodness. Wow. It's a fun-packed, really thrilling evening. Yes. So you have the honor.
You have the honor.
Yes.
You have the honor.
Okay. So you know what? We've got another gentleman here with us who's running for office. And he really needs no introduction. But I'll go ahead and introduce him anyway. Okay, he's no stranger to APAT Media and Speak Harmony. Mr. Austin Thompson Jr., sitting council member who's running for re-election. And so, with that said, sir, we welcome you because time is of the essence, and we want to just jump right into it right now. He has done a lot. He's a sitting member, council member, and we want to talk about what your plans are for the next, because we're speaking that also into existence, because there's another 4 years. You've got to be coming back into this thing, into the seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what are some of the accomplishments from your current term that you're most proud of, first of all?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you all for inviting me here tonight for this
pleasure.
interview. I also want to say Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Happy African Immigrant Heritage Month. We're celebrating the richness of those two cultures.
Yes.
And the people who have immigrated here to make this country a better place. You know, it has been a very, very wonderful 4 years. And I'm saying that because I'm a lifelong learner.
Yes.
Everything I do in life is about learning. So the past 4 years, or I should say these present 4 years that I'm currently in, you know, Coffee with Councilman Thompson, I would count that as one of my success stories. It's a promise I made to my constituents who told me they've never seen their council members. They feel underrepresented and underserved.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, look, I'm a lifelong community servant. I'm a lifelong servant leader. Every position I've held, long before I started running for office, has been in a position of service to the community, right? So Coffee with Councilman Thompson is a sort of like a meet and greet, come and have coffee with me, coffee and conversation type format at a coffee cafe where you can come 2 Saturdays out of the month for 2 hours each Saturday. You can come and sit down. We talk Lawrenceville. My constituents are stakeholders in the growth of the city, right? I believe in a bottom-up process. I don't believe in a top-down process, right? So every decision we make as lawmakers in the city has to include the concerns and the ideas of our residents, our business owners and constituents. They're partners in the growth of the city of Lawrenceville. So I want to hear their concerns. I want to hear what keeps them up at night. I want to hear their vision, their ideas. And it shouldn't be just my vision alone.
Absolutely.
That's unfair, right? It shouldn't just be my ideas alone, my concerns alone. It should be the concerns and the ideas of our residents, right? Because I believe in all of us walking together in the growth of the city of Lawrenceville.
Yes.
So Coffee with Councilman Thompson is one. Working along with our economic development staff to make sure that we do have support for our small businesses. Coming out of COVID, a lot of small businesses closed, especially women-owned businesses, right? Women-owned businesses are the fastest growing business sector in the United States. But it's the first business to be hit, right? To be impacted adversely,
Yeah.
right? By economic woes. So we received ARPA funds from the government, our city, 11,500,000. 100% of that went into infrastructure. Not $1 went into funding or a rescue package for small businesses, right? So during my first term, we've registered maybe like about 7 business losses, right? 7 lost businesses. My thing going into my second term, I've already started speaking with state lawmakers to see what can be done at the state level to create a budget line item for not only just rescue packages, but for assistance, funding assistance for small businesses, especially, boy, I tell you, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, right? Because now with the DEI rollback, diversity, equity, and inclusion, a lot of minority contractors, a lot of minority-owned businesses now have lost funding.
That's right.
Many of them had to scale back operations, lay off individuals because they're not getting the revenues that they were getting. So I want to be able to work with our state lawmakers. I've already spoken with 2 to see what can be done, right?
Yeah.
To create that. Now, I know that, not much has been done in that aspect from the state level, right? Because we had the PPP and EIDL rescue packages.
Right.
But, we'll have to look at alternative funding and different funding sources for those businesses. So economic development, working with our small businesses, also making sure that, we have livable wage job creation. So I've already started the groundwork for that,
Okay.
right? Because when I look at Lawrenceville, and I love what we have. We have a mixture of different restaurants and bars and, and we're an entertainment district, right? Along with the Aurora Theater, we have a hotel that's coming online, the Lawrence. But what I envision is a tech village, much like what we have in Norcross, right? Okay. Atlanta Tech Village.
Yeah.
I see a tech village. Now, I'm an engineer, right? My background includes working on medical devices, right? I think with Northside Gwinnett, which is a major employer in the city, we can add like a life sciences division or a medical devices software division or something in the city, jobs that pay north of $80,000, $90,000 a year.
Of course.
Right? If you look at the cost of living right now, right, affordable housing is also one of my pillars, right? Working along with the council to make sure that we have sufficient affordable options in our city. Now, when you look at the young people coming out of college right now, they're coming out with an average salary of maybe $40,000-$45,000, right? Home prices start at $400,000.
Right.
It's going up.
That's
It's going up
right.
to $600,000.
Yeah.
Who's going to afford that coming out of college? Retirees, right? On a fixed income. The economy right now is tanking, right? Unemployment rate is at 4.3%. Black unemployment is at 7.5% and climbing. Right? We don't know what's going to happen by the end of the year.
That's right.
Last month, the nation added 22,000 jobs. 22,000 jobs last month, right? We have come from an average of anywhere from 180, 190,000 and above added every month to 22,000 jobs only added last month.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's because all of the companies that are going out of business, and we have to look at the whole economic landscape of where we are as a country.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking at what's happening on a national level will affect the local level.
Absolutely.
It will affect the local level.
Yes.
Right. Because we have entrepreneurs in our city. We have business owners.
Yes.
We have minority contractors who live in our city and work in our city. So we have to look out for them. So we have to be able to design a plan, to figure out how we're going to help our small businesses. How are we going to create jobs, right? And work along with employers to see what jobs can be brought to the city of Lawrenceville, right? I spoke about affordable housing. I've worked on that. Now, developers come before the city council to have areas rezoned, right? For either apartments or townhomes, single family homes, right? Now, we have developers who come and they make proposals for executive homes and other type of different models, right? What I noticed when I first came onto the council, nobody was offering affordable options, right? For instance, if you're proposing a development of 200 homes, right? How about 10% of that, right? 5%. 10% of that, right, be allocated for affordable housing.
Affordable housing.
Right?
That's fair enough.
That's fair enough.
I mean, it's
that's
a
fair
small
enough.
amount.
As
It's a
we were
dot.
talking before,
Right.
affordable has perspective. So we're talking about affordable with the income that most of
With the income,
demographics.
Realistic,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
realistic.
Looking at the
demographics,
income.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the city, I understand, as a city, we're trying to make sure we're adding to what we have outlined in our comprehensive plan, our 2045 comprehensive plan, and making sure that we're bringing on the types of homes, right, that fits the character of the city.
Yeah.
Right. The affordable housing that we have now, we have 2 apartments that are 55 plus for seniors, and then also we work along with the Gwinnett Housing Authority, Lawrenceville Housing Authority, to make sure that hey, we're having affordable options in our city, right? So after those early discussions, we finally decided, okay, we're going to ask our developers to at least allocate 5% of the housing stock, if they would consider that for affordable housing. So it's a gradual process, right? We now have a development that will be coming before council because we just tabled it at the recent city council meeting. It's an affordable property, right? So I was able to bring that conversation along with economic development, job creation, right? In order to make sure that we are serving everyone equally, right? Lawrenceville is a city that received by the Georgia Municipal Association, we received a DEI award, right? So we're a city that's recognized as a city of diversity, equity, inclusion,
That's
right?
good. Awesome.
We really have to respect that because DEI normally is used for marketing purposes or for grants, cities, organizations, corporations. I know I worked along with some executives in my previous company on DEI initiatives, but we really have to make sure that we're respecting diversity, right? Levels of education, differences of opinions, right?
Yeah.
Differences of philosophical thought, right? People's language, people's ethnic backgrounds, religion. We have to make sure that we are balanced and we're equal and inclusive across the board.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Right? Yes. No, it's important.
It is.
Because that's the one thing I try to emphasize. You can't just say, oh, we're a city that respects DEI and we received this award, but we also have to practice it.
But can I just interject right there and say, I just pause to say thank you for that because you have been one that I've admired. I mean, I lived in other states and you're one of the few city council members, I believe it or not, that I've seen live by what you say. Because when I talk about, this gentleman is Guyanese born, raised in Brooklyn. He's traveled, yes. But guess what?
Yeah.
You represent, without a doubt, the Asians. I mean, all ethnicities.
Yeah.
Yes.
We thank you for that inclusion because that's what the world is lacking and this country is lacking right now. Because there's division. There's all these crazy division wars going on.
Very much so.
You, Councilman Austin Thompson Jr., I salute you for that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
He does.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you
on
so
chats
much.
with you, and I see you, and I watch you.
Yeah.
We're watching.
Yeah,
you.
and coming from Brooklyn,
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
it's a natural thing
Yeah.
because we see that communities, you'll go one block and you'll see 5, 6 different ethnicities right on the same
In
block.
communities.
Yeah,
In
communities.
communities.
He practices what he
Absolutely.
preaches
Yeah.
because there are people who came from Brooklyn who
Yeah.
don't practice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're amazing.
Yeah.
We thank you for that. But
I'd like to ask you this question going back to something that you said, because it's just curious. You said that you had there was allotted a certain amount of money for, and it went to for the rescue.
Development.
Right.
Yes.
Right. The
development.
ARPA funds.
Right. And a lot of it went to the structure, or 100% went to
Infrastructure.
How can residents of the community
Appeal that.
do
Yeah.
do
What
something
can they
about it?
do?
Do they have any say with that? How did that happen and nothing went towards the community at
Right.
large?
Not to try and leap out of a situation, but this happened before I got onto council.
Okay.
Right, because that's one of the things I asked.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at what other municipalities did with their ARPA funds, and
Right.
many of them allocated funds for rescue packages of their own in the municipality.
Okay.
We didn't, 100%, because I asked that specifically.
Okay.
$11,500,000 given and awarded to the city of Lawrenceville in ARPA
I
funds.
just couldn't see.
Not $1
understand that, yeah.
went to help a small business, right?
right.
Granted, yes, infrastructure, sidewalks, roads.
Important, yeah.
It's important, right? Making sure that we have safe, quality roads on which to, walk or drive. That's important. But I felt that, a portion of that, a percentage of that could have been allocated to help our small businesses.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
because
right.
without them, this is
Yeah.
everything works in unison. And
Yes.
if you're building more buildings, more office
Right.
space, whatever it is that you're building, and you're not already allocating and helping funds to helping the existing
Right.
businesses, then
Right.
what's the point? What you're doing is, it's not making sense. It's not adding up.
Yeah,
So
it is.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Because time is of the essence and time is winding down, give us some insight as to what the folks in Lawrenceville can expect for the next 4 years. What's your snapshot? What's that particular item or those 3-line items that you could say that, this is what I'm going to stand by, and this is what they can hold you accountable to?
My tagline for the next 4 years is Austin 2.0. What does Austin 2.0 looks like? Going forward, I will continue my advocacy for the people in Lawrenceville. There's so much that we can talk about tonight, but we don't have the time, right? I am going to create task forces, right, for affordable housing, homelessness, economics, and entrepreneurship. I've already worked with the city and work with private organizations and our faith-based organizations on business development, business planning, entrepreneurship development. I have one coming up next month with New Jerusalem Baptist Church that I'm doing with them. I've already had my health fair, my workshop for veterans, and also this past Friday was the Medicare workshop. And I have some more workshops coming because the thing is, service is an honor, right? It's an honor to be in a position of service.
Yeah.
You're not entitled to hold an office. You're not entitled to hold a title, right?
Wow.
Nice.
You have to come into a position with a desire to serve.
Yes.
So the first 4 years I served, yes, that's what Coffee with Councilman Thompson was all about. It was about creating
Like that
that
idea, though.
one-on-one
Yes. Yeah.
with individuals. 45 consecutive months, 90 Saturdays, right?
Without fail.
Without fail.
Yeah.
You could tell
Right?
he's an engineer.
Without
Yes.
fail.
He got the numbers.
Without fail. So the thing is to bring the people to me if I can't get to them, but we have to find a way to engage. Like I tell my residents, I hold you accountable too. You hold me accountable, I hold you accountable too.
Yes.
Because if there are concerns that you have, if there are things that you have on your mind you don't like, I need you to get to
You have
me.
to voice it.
course.
Yes, you have to voice it. The only way I can fight for you, and I will, and I have, the record states it. That's one of the reasons why I have opposition.
Absolutely.
Because I represent the people. I don't represent the system into which I was elected. Because I was elected to serve the people.
Yes.
So, but it's going to be more about service, task forces. We're going to basically have community leaders that are going to they're going to come together on a quarterly basis. We're going to figure out how we can tackle these issues, right, and really work together as a community. Right now, we have different communities that operate in their own silos, but I want people to come together. That's the only way we can move our city forward. Right, we have to get out of the silos, get out of our bubbles, get out of our comfort zone, and figure out, okay, what are you guys doing well over here, right? With code enforcement, with sanitation, with stormwater. What's happening over here that we can learn from, that we can implement over on this side? Right? Yeah. How can we come together and work together? We had a Lawrenceville Neighborhood Alliance, a board I served on. We don't have that anymore, but we need to bring that back. We need to bring people together.
Yeah.
Right? One Lawrenceville. We have to think as one. We do. And that's part of what I want to do going forward, especially working with our youth. As a substitute teacher in the school system, I am going to work, and I've already spoken to the DA. I've spoken to our chief of police to see what we could do, like maybe quarterly talks with the young people, because there's so mental health, mental stress with our young people. I see it, right? And that contributes to some of the behaviors that some folks might not understand, but you don't know what's going on in that person's life outside of school.
That's right.
So we just can't label that person as a disruptive student or a bad student we have to really get to the root of it. I'm not a child psychologist, but I see things that trouble me. Yeah. So I want to be able to incorporate that too into the next 4 years.
Yeah. So you touched on some of the things that you'd like to do move forward, because I was going to ask, what are some of the lessons you've learned from the last 4 years and the things that you might want to change or improve upon in the next 4 years that you are elected? I'm
not going to please everybody. That's one thing.
Yes.
Right. Being called an advocate was said to me in a sort of an insulting way, right? Because I helped to save a small business, a banquet hall, from going out of business when it didn't really, the young lady who owned it really didn't understand the code enforcement. She didn't understand, not the code enforcement, but the alcohol ordinance and the codes and in order to get her business zoned the right way, right? And I was like, no, you can't advocate for people. Well, why not? We are advocates, right? We're public servants. We represent the people, right? If they're paying, if they're paying alcohol license fees and taxes and all of these fees annually to operate a business in the city, we have to take care of our business owners and our residents, right? It's like if you work for a corporation, you have to take care of your customers, right? Every customer is important, right? The other thing is, I've learned that people are going to come as far as they want to in terms of making you aware of what really bothers them, but you got to bring them along the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I tell people, I've earned my life coaching license.
Throughout life.
Throughout life. Because, we come to Coffee with Councilman Thompson to speak about Lawrenceville. Yeah. I speak about Lawrenceville for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden, hey, we transition into my children, my husband, my this, my job, my that. And, my life is not perfect, right? I've gone through major layoffs. Right now, I don't have a car. So I'm on public transportation, right? I still canvass. I still get out to my residents. I still get to work.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to suppress what could weigh you down in order to bring your best self forward, right? So I'm able to say, okay, what is the problem? How can we get through that? So that lesson I learned is that, hey, it's not all about public policy, but sometimes you have to be, a coach,
you have to be able
or a
to
counselor,
deal on that human level, the realness that happens in life, everyday life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I came up in public housing. I can relate to that.
Yes.
I've existed in both worlds. I've had the high paid job, lived that high life, and I've been on the other side. So I can relate to people.
I like that relatability with you. I mean, you're speaking, you're meeting people where they are, because not everyone is up here.
Yes, ma'am.
And not all of us are down there.
Yes, ma'am.
So you meet people where they are.
You have to meet them where they are. You have to
relate to them, and I like that.
You have
because,
to.
Meeting at the, really, tell us something, because oh my God, time's out. Give us a little hint of what you got going on there, because I know you got a flyer, you got something to share with us there. Austin 2.0.
Re-election is coming up.
All right.
November 4th.
Yes.
I am running for re-election.
Yes.
I am running to continue the service I started in the city of Lawrenceville.
Yes, sir.
I am the qualified. I am qualified, and I am the candidate who will deliver what our constituents want in the city of Lawrenceville. So I humbly ask, folks in the city of Lawrenceville for their vote on November 4th. Of course, early voting starts on October 14th, right? Runs for 2 weeks. And we have two weekends in that period. And then we have the election on November 4th at City Hall. Lawrenceville City Hall is where you come to vote for me, for post 3, and, the other council member running, because there are 2 seats up.
Okay.
Right. So we want to make sure that folks really understand that, because, folks might think, hey, I need to go to my precinct, but you're not going to your regular precinct. You're coming to City Hall, Lawrenceville City Hall at 70 South Clayton Street. And that's where you would come to vote, on the 4th floor. And to find out all the information I have on how to register, early voting, absentee ballots, you go to voteforaustinthompson.com, and you'll get all of the information. One important thing, my vision plan is on the website. Version 2 is coming out within about the next 24 hours, because I updated it from the original plan. I want people to understand I'm going beyond bullet points.
Nice.
I really want you to know what I'm bringing forward for the next 4 years, but also what I have done. All of my accomplishments, individually and with the council, are documented in that plan. It tells you my vision, my platform, my goals, and what to expect from me. Yeah. And I also ask people to, hey, reach out to me on Facebook, reach out to me. You can call me, you can text me, email me. I want to hear from you, because we walk this walk together.
Yes,
right.
We walk this walk together.
Yeah.
And everyone who has watched me and observed me for the last 4 years know I'm a man of the people.
You are.
And I serve the people. I don't serve the system into which I was voted.
Nice.
I serve the people, because the people matter. Their voices matter, your concerns matter, and you will have representation at the table.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Thompson.
You're amazing, because you know what? I mean, honestly, and we thank you again for your service, your continued service, because he's the real deal. I live in another municipality, to be honest, in Gwinnett County, but I can reach this gentleman at any time. And
Anytime.
I have over the years, and that's what I like. I've watched you, because I observe, and I watch our politicians.
Yeah.
And so we talk about you guys. And, we've got some real people over here in Gwinnett County, but we've got some bogus ones too. So we like the fact, and yes, we need to call them out. I mean, call them for what it is.
Right.
You are amazing. We appreciate it. Not because you're sitting across from me, because I'll tell you,
Yes, ma'am. I know you would.
What's truth. I speak truth.
And if I can, really quick, I just want to say thank you to all those who have supported me so far and believe in me. But I want to give a special shout out to my campaign manager.
Oh, please do.
Deborah Georges, because let me tell you something. Not having a car and having to campaign and having a competitor is difficult to get around. But she dedicates her Saturdays and Sundays to getting me around and bringing me here tonight and whatever she can do during the week. When she traveled for 2 weeks, she left her car with me so I can get around. So I really want to give a special shout out to her.
Big up, Debs. Big up, big up, big up.
Yes.
We appreciate you for that. She's amazing, though.
And
She
so
really
when
does.
you are of service, people will be happy to serve you.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
thankful. And you said vote for. Can you say, is that the number 4? Is it FUR or FOR?
So it's FOR. Vote for FOR. AustinThompson.com.
Okay.
You will find out how to volunteer, how to donate. You will get my vision plan, which has my vision, my goals, objectives, all my plans for the next 4 years. Contact information. Just contact me, because I want you to call me with questions.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So
And
we have learned, as we always do. We really hope that our viewers are inspired by these community leaders. This is what Speak Harmony is all about. And we just want to thank all those that have tuned in. We appreciate APAT Media for sponsoring this show, and we thank you to Heart Love Inc., who specializes in guiding clients through relationship drama and emotional trauma. Thank you, audience, for tuning in to Speak Harmony, where we build unity one voice at a time. Join us next Tuesday right here live on YouTube, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as we continue learning from leaders who inspire through action and purpose. Until then, keep speaking harmony.
subscribe. Yes, you can
Subscribe.
Share, view, share, and share again.
And like.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much.
Meetings of the mind. name is Sharon, Tamara and Sharon, a duo prepared to light up the path, to bridge every gap. Access meets opportunity, there's no turning back.